Hi, Quintin here with Demand Electric to talk to you today about a little electrical safety. With the holidays approaching, colder weather approaching, it's good to keep electrical safety in mind. Lots of people putting up lights this time of year, outdoor lighting. It's a good idea to make sure you check those outdoor receptacles, make sure they're GFI protected. What GFI protected means is that if there's any type of short or fault in the circuit, that circuit will trip and eliminate the shock hazard for pets and friends, family, all the people that we love and want to protect during the holidays. When you're doing your inside decorating, when it's time to set up the tree, make sure you go through that string of lights. When looking to purchase new lights, most of the lights now have gone to LED. LED lights are cooler, more energy efficient. The nice part about LEDs with being more energy efficient is they're going to draw less current, so that old Christmas circuit that you used to run outside might trip the breaker. The LEDs are going to draw less current. You're going to have less nuisance tripping. They're great for that. The other thing to remember is it's not a good idea, even though it saves some hours on decorating, it's not a good idea to leave your lights up year-round. Christmas lights are, most manufacturers, they're a temporary lighting source. They're made to be used. Most of them, if you read the directions, are 90 days. So if you're one that likes to leave your lights out year-round and be ready, make sure you at least take the time to give them a thorough inspection before you turn them on. If your lights have been out for an extended period of time, it's a great idea. Work your way down through the string of lights. Make sure that there hasn't been any varmints or anything chewing on them. If you see any bare wire, any copper, anything like that, discard that light. That's a potential hazard for shock or fire, and definitely something you want to get rid of and get replaced. During Christmas decorating, it's important that you use grounded cords and circuits. If your cord is missing the ground from that, the cord should be thrown out. It's not going to properly ground. Sometimes the ground will break off in the female end. If that's happened, discard the cord. If it's a good cord that you like, you can get yourself a replacement end, but always make sure that you have a ground. And then don't use the adapter when doing Christmas lighting. Use grounded cords. It's always a good idea to check your cord to make sure it's rated for outdoor use if you're going to be using it outdoor. Indoor cords are not set up for the moisture and such and may cause problems. When Christmas decorating in the outdoors, be aware that you don't run your cords or lay them in the grass in areas where the snowblower or a shovel may get them, and should never be ran across the driveway or a gravel area. That will damage your cord and potentially create an electrical hazard. When you start your outside decorating, and we talked earlier about making sure that you're plugging those strings of light into a GFI protected outlet, ground fault circuit interrupter. There is testers, simple enough to get at the hardware store, have an electrician stop by. You can get the tester, check the outlet, make sure that it is ground faulted. If it is, it'll trip. Sometimes they've gone bad too, and it might be an actual ground fault that just isn't functioning right. So always double check to make sure that when you're plugging in anything outdoors, that it is ground fault circuit protected. So if you're going to be decorating outside and you don't have a ground fault circuit interrupter in place, most hardware stores or your Home Depots, Menards, you can go there and buy a cord adapter that has the GFI built right into it. Highly recommend if you're doing outside decorating in an older home that might not have GFI protected outlets on the outside. When decorating outside and using a ladder, make sure that you use ladder safety. Have a second person there to hold your ladder. Also, the top two rungs of the ladder, and the top rung and the very top, are not meant as steps. So never exceed the second rung from the top. Another tip is space heaters as the weather begins to cool off. Make sure your space heaters are sitting level. Don't prop them up. Don't bypass the safety switches. Keep them away from current, curtains, and furniture. Once you've got your lights up and you're happy with the decorations, if you're having problems with breakers, nuisance tripping, or fuses blowing, or GFIs that are nuisance tripping, it'd be a great time to call an electrician, have somebody come out and look at it. There may be other reasons that problem persists. And at this time of year, better to play it safe than sorry.